Guys, today is gonna be a life hack video. Scooter life hacks, by the way. First one is how to take off and put on your grips. So to take them off, you're going to need to remove the bar end. So it's easy just to twist it and pull till it comes off. Take off your grip, just fold it, and then all you have to do is just pull so it rolls, and then just do this until it comes off. And then what you want to do is just push on that, and it'll just come out. And every time you do this, it will lengthen and soften your grips. So I'm not quite sure if that's a good or bad thing, but yeah, as you can see, this grip is longer, and you might be saying, "Oh, that's only because I don't know, some reason." But as you can see, the bar end is not counted for the grip. So yeah, this grip is longer than the other one. So yeah, you're gonna want to do this to both grips until they're the same length. But anyways, to get them on, all you have to do is just very lightly just push from the back. Some people think it's like a pulling motion, but when you pull, you squeeze it down onto the bar, so there's more friction. So all you want to do is just lightly push it on, and then you're done. And then just put the bar end in. That was actually pretty lucky. It was perfect. Anyways, so yeah, on to the next life hack. Alright, so next life hack is, if you know me, a couple days ago on my Instagram I posted a photo of how I snapped my fork. So I have to use this fork now. It's a MGP diamond fork, I'm gonna call it. Don't actually know the proper name, but so I tried to run HIC because these bars are oversized, except with my HIC shim, let's get this on. So as you can see, it's like there's no lip, so it has nothing to compress down onto. So there are two ways to do this. First way that I did it, I would not recommend this way. But I just had two headset caps, and I just stacked one on top of the other. But when I tightened it, it shoved the smaller one into the MFX headset cap. So I do not recommend that one. And now I can't get it out, so yeah. So I don't recommend that one. But this one I do recommend, because this one works flawlessly. Except for the fact that you have to take apart another fork. Anyway, so all you have to do is just grab this shim, I'm going to call it. This is just what goes on, like, it's just this thing. It stops the wiggling between your fork and your headset. So I have no clue what this thing is. It just came with the scooter. But anyway, so put that on upside down. Put your HIC shim on, and then it works like that. Then you just grab your bolt and tighten it down. And something that I've always done to get the perfect spinning headset is just tighten it down till it's snug, and then just go about 1/8 of a turn more, and then that seems to be like the perfect headset. So yeah, on to the next life hack. Alright, so what you want to do for this life hack is, this is for straightening your bars. What you want to do is you want to have them laying down flat onto like a flat surface. upside down, because you can see that's the front. So it's upside down, so the front is facing the ground. Set the wheel up the way that you like it, and then, so just make sure that it's vertical. Then align your clamp, and then just tighten it down, and you're done. On to the next life hack. Alright, so for the next life hack, this has something to do with stability when you're riding your scooter. This helps by putting your forks backwards, because this is the way that they want to go when you're riding. So yeah, on to the next life hack. Alright, so this next one is how to make a DIY peg. So I'll come back when I have it all taken apart. Alright, so what you're gonna need for this is a back axle. I got this off my Razor, which is the same thing that I got this clamp off of. But all you're gonna need is a back axle. The reason why I took this Razor one is because it's wider than all of my other decks. So since I am regular, I spin right. I don't know which way I spin, but I spin counterclockwise. So that means that I'm going to want to have the peg on the left side when I'm riding. So anyways, so I've got it all set up like this, so the back axle is sticking out a little bit. And then you're going to need any amount of bearings. I have 6. So what you're going to want to do is just put the bearings onto the axle. If you're doing this for the back axle, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a back wheel spacer on the outside, and then you're going to want to put your bearings on. Also, you're going to need a longer axle than a back axle, because that'll only be big enough. And then you're going to grab your last 2 bearings, fit them over the piece that screws into the long one. Just put it in like that, and just thread it in a little bit, just hand tight. And then you can grab your Allen keys or wrench and Allen key or whatever you have, and then just tighten it down the rest of the way. For me, I know that it's tight when, for one, I can't move it anymore. Well, I can, it's just I don't want to. And the bearings will no longer spin. This is not because they won't, like, they'll still be able to spin. It's just, since it's so tight that it just has too much friction to let these to spin. So, on to the next life. Alright, so for this next life hack, what you're going to need is, well, this is for, say you're running IHC, and there's a slit in your bars, but you just got a new SES clamp, and you don't want to cut the slit off. Instead of having to buy a bar sleeve, if you remember me at the beginning of the video, and on Instagram, my fork snapped, so this is just the top half of the fork. And so what you can do is, all you have to do, this works with IHC and HIC, but all you have to do is put the, grab your old HIC or IHC kit, depends if you're running standard or oversized bars. Put your snapped fork into the kit and screw the bolt on, just like so. And just stand by until I'm done. Alright, so now you're done. All you need to do now is just slide it in, and there's your own little makeshift bar sleeve. So, yeah. On to the next, and then just to get it out, say if you want to go back to HIC or IHC, just pull it out and disassemble it. Or you don't even have to do that. All you really have to do is just pull this out, and then you have your shim, and then you just put it back onto your fork, tighten it all up, and then you're done. Alright, so for this next life hack, this is for taking out scooter bearings. So what you're going to want to do is grab like a tape roll or something. I have no clue what this is. It looks like something, I don't know. But anyways, just put your scooter wheel on top of it. So as you can see right through it. And so all you're going to want to do is take an Allen key. I apologize if you can't see, but just put it at an angle onto the bearing. Now, I am not 100% sure if this breaks your bearing or not. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but, you know, you can never be too certain. And then you just grab a hammer and whack away at this Allen key. I don't have a hammer, so, you know, I'm just going to be using a scooter deck. And then all you have to do is just grab it. Just hammer it in. Then when you're done, bearing just comes out of your wheel. Same with the spacer. And yeah, so for the next one, it's a bit easier or a bit harder. It depends. For me, it's a bit harder. But you're going to want to do the same thing. And just hammer it down. Alright, that one's almost out. There's probably one last hit. Not hick. What's a hick? Anyways. So that was it. And then there's your other bearing. These bearings are still as good as they were before. So yeah, and there's your wheel without the bearings. To put them back in, I don't have anything I can demonstrate on right now, but all you're going to want to do is put the bearing in just so it's like sticking out a little bit. Put your spacer in, and then put your other bearing in. And what you're going to want to do is just take like a clamp and then put it on, and then you're just going to want to screw it down until, you know, until they're in the thing, in the wheel, and then you're done. Alright, so that'll be the end of this video. Hope you liked these life hacks. I don't know how many that was. I'll probably have it in the title down below or above. Depends how you're watching it. But so yeah, that'll be the end of this video, and I'll see you next one. Peace.